On the back of another record year at etiCloud and his recent podcast with the Leadership Council, we're here with Jonathan Ashley, founder and director of etiCloud, and Mike Hague, Customer Excellence Director at etiCloud. Hi, Mike. Hi, Jonathan. Hope you're well.
Hi, Kirsten.
Good to see you both. As you know, we are putting together a bit of a series of product and services insights around etiCloud. The first topic we'll be discussing is hosted desktop, and in particular, why etiCloud partner with IBM. Jonathan, I wondered, could you tell us a little bit more about how the etiCloud hosted desktop solution came about, please?
Certainly. So back in 2015, we started off this venture, etiCloud, really with the view of being able to provide our customers with a stable working environment, but an environment that they could use anywhere, anytime. Obviously, which is key at this particular time with the latest pandemic we've had, but also this gives companies more flexibility, more cost containment around their IT budgeting, and really starts to allow them to put some of the security in place and the policies and procedures that they're looking for in place. And so I suppose really we're looking at sort of a reliable solution, a secure platform, but also one that has high performance built within it as well. So that they are actually feeling as though the work's being done. A lot of the cloud platforms previous to us going on the marketplace were a bit sluggish and could get poor. So it's really important to us to really look at how we built a product that didn't suffer from those sorts of characteristics. And I suppose part and parcel of that, there was a lot of things we had to try and consider when we did things. A big part of it was obviously our in-house technical team that we brought on board, and then really a big plus for us at the time was trying to find the right partner to work with from a data center perspective, and making sure that we made the right decisions back then on how to move forward.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. So actually, on that subject then, Jonathan, can you explain why ETI chose IBM above other data center cloud providers for that particular cloud solution?
Certainly. So it doesn't sound like a long time ago, but back in 2015, companies trusting cloud from a business perspective were somewhat few and far between. It wasn't necessarily tried and tested at that point. So it was important to make sure that when we developed our product, that it was fit for purpose above anything else. And we looked at it and we thought there are a couple of different ways for us to bring a product to market. We were very keen on building the product ourselves so that we could supply our customers with a really high level of technical expertise. So any issues that they have with the particular product, we're able to resolve those issues in-house. So that was key to us. And the next most important and also one of the most costly elements of any cloud solution is how you bring it to life. What investment is made around the capital costs for servers, whether or not we're building our own data centers or co-locating with sort of mid-market players in the data center environment. In our case, we found the IBM Cloud product or cloud offering gave us some unique characteristics that weren't commonplace in the industry at the time. IBM represents, I think they're in the top 5 globally in terms of cloud players at that time and still to this day. And what it meant for us was that instead of looking at having a slice of a virtual server that we were then going to carve out and provide our service on top of and give to our clients, we could actually rent physical equipment from them, which meant that it was allowing us to do what some of our technical staff had done traditionally, which was work with, sort of more crude term, work with tin. But the unique element of how we bought that from IBM meant that effectively we were able to, throughout the customer contractual period, so over, say, a 3-year period, we were able to swap and change the servers we were using within our environment and really give them the flexibility. So as new technology came out into the marketplace, we were able to make those changes into our platform. And we weren't locked into something where if we purchased something and as it aged, we would have to depreciate that asset. It meant we could swap and change a lot more quickly. We almost, I suppose, the term we use with customers is that new car experience, and that's been a big differentiator for us, meaning that we can stay ahead of our competitors in both performance and also some of the technology and security gains that gives us.
Excellent, that's brilliant. How are your clients actually benefiting from the etiCloud hosted desktop solution? Can you give me a few details about that, please?
Yeah, so again, I suppose expanding on what I just previously mentioned in that new car experience. So when we look at things, so if you look, for example, in the automotive industry, in that you were able to purchase let's say we chose an Audi A4, 4 or 5 years ago, and went out and bought one now, the costs of those two are about the same. But what you would find is that some of the options that are available and some of the security aspects, safety aspects and things, and even from cars being more economical over that time frame, you would have massive changes, and yet the price points are around the same. So what it means is because we're swapping and changing technology, we're hitting higher levels of performance and security, and improving the technology that we're putting into the environment, while our costs are not necessarily increasing. So it's a win-win for the customer in that we're able to provide a platform that is future-proofed, and yet we're not increasing the cost to them for the delivery of that future-proofed environment. So it's a massive win from there. And what that means is that since inception, since we started the business, effectively we haven't had any downtime within our cloud platform, which is in this day and age, a lot of the customers or potential customers we're speaking to, that's not generally the experience they're used to. But what it means from a customer service perspective is that foundation has meant that because the platform works so well, that really we don't have the service issues or the support issues where we've got lots of calls coming into our environment or into our support desk, where we've actually got to triage those particular situations. So it means we've got a lot more time for our customers when they call up, which therefore means that because they're buying a virtual service from us, means we can really take those calls, we answer the calls in 10 seconds. What we then do is speak to the customer live, create a ticket. While they're on the phone, we triage the particular ticket with them. We'll usually set up a screen share with them, have a look at the issues that they're having, and we get them back up and running and on their way. So they're not suffering from the fact that we're really, really busy because we've got platform issues, and then saying, look, we have SLAs that are 30 minutes, so we'll get back to you in 30 minutes. What we're able to do is find out what their particular problem is, get them back up and running again in a few minutes at time, so that the experience they're having, again, from a virtual service is that, it's a really positive message, and that message feeds around the organization and creates a position where they're very pleased with the service, which is why, quite frankly, what we're finding with the business and I suppose the reason for our growth and success is really because we've got so many referrals and references coming back into the business, because people obviously, I suppose success breeds success sometimes. From the standpoint that if somebody is having a really good experience, they generally tell people about that experience. And what we're finding is that we're able to provide that level of efficiency for firms and reliability and the performance, and they're telling other people about it. So it's worked really well for us. And I guess we like to say we've done a lot of that ourselves from our technology and efficiency and focus on customer excellence. But also we do work quite closely with IBM, and we are very, very pleased with the service they've been able to provide us to this point.
Excellent, that's great. It sounds like there's everything sewn up there. So it's a win-win-win for everybody. Customer excellence director must be very happy. Anything to add to to what Jonathan's just mentioned there about the focus on customers, Mike?
I'd like to say that it's, I suppose it makes life somewhat easier, always. It's always exceptionally good that we've got a platform that works particularly well in the first place. And when we've got something that's built on the technology that IBM produce, being kind of where they are in the marketplace, that just makes it a lot easier to do. So it's I can't say it makes my life easy, but it certainly makes it easier.
Fantastic. That's really, really interesting, guys. Thank you so much for your time. And I guess if anybody's interested in finding out a bit more about the hosted desktop service, how you work with IBM, to give you guys a call.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Thanks very much, Kirsten.
Thank you. Take care. See you soon. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.